Hi guys, it's Hugo and welcome back to another video, and today let's discuss the most recent memoir that I've read, Paris Hilton The Memoir. I read Britney Spears' memoir, of course I'm a Britney fan, and I heard very good things about Paris' memoir. It was on my radar, and after Britney I said, I'm in the mood for another memoir, I'm in the mood for a celebrity memoir. I was like, no better time to get Paris Hilton. If I knew anything about Paris, that besides that she's being an heiress, she's a very good friend of Britney, always defending her, and she's now a DJ, I didn't know much about her life. I never cared a lot, but this book came to change a lot of the perspective I had on her and I have on her. So it's her story, telling by her voice. The other book is narrated by her, which is, you go with that voice that she does, which sometimes it's like, okay, but sometimes it's annoying, but sometimes it's like, oh, it's her voice. So I really enjoyed being told in her story, in her voice. First of all, she claims in the beginning, and she says she has ADHD. So having someone in my personal life that deals with that, I know what would I expect, and definitely you see that in the book. She starts talking about topic, and then she switches because she remembers something, and she starts talking about that, and I'm like, wait, what? I was like, oh, okay, come back. So that was, I think, left intentionally to show how she works in her mind, and how people with some powers of ADHD, because it's different from people to people and to person, deal with this. It's not a problem, but it's new configuration on their brain. So I really enjoyed that part because it felt honest to how she would tell, like in a sit-talk. Imagine if she was sitting, and instead of writing the book and where you can edit, she was just talking. Let's talk about my life, and she started talking for the whole time, and the capture is the essentially without cuts how she will progress to the stories and how she would come back and forth in time to make it understand, because that's how she works, and I really like that. You know, she starts with the present and then goes in the past, with a lot of mentions to friends that she has, especially like Britney. I was like, yes, queens. But yeah. She goes on detail. She says a lot of times that she is privileged, and she acknowledges she's privileged. But she's also been through a lot of things that people are not aware, and that shape her personality and her life, and how people judge her based on the things saw on social media, on the TV show that she has, and everything about it. So I think it's part of the culture, and we saw that on Britney, that people judge on what the paparazzi show, on the paparazzi wrote, and all of the magazines, on the articles, without knowing the person. She's a victim of abuse for a long time, and she finally comes up to say and to talk about it, and she's done a lot of work on Congress about it. So I think she become a lot of an activist she is today because of that, and she understands now the power that she has, and how she can empower other women, other people who suffer, and people with ADHD, that they should not feel like they cannot do enough, or, you know, I felt it was a very real talk about very real issues. We cannot shy away of the privileges she has, so she doesn't have money problems at all. She can go and buy dogs and go to the planes and buy a new phone each year. So we know that, you know, it's not like, oh, she pity because she's poor. No, she's not poor, but just because she has money doesn't mean she didn't suffer. She was, just to highlight, she was in like this school that's supposed for troubled teens that was so abusive that sometimes I was like, this is like a thriller book that it's come out to the imagination, because it's so outrageous. I was like, how could anyone see that, and how could the parents just don't believe the kids? It's like something that is so out of the box that even parents would like, that's a little bit out of the box, maybe we should check it out. Gladly some of the schools are closed now, so thank God, and she's moving with some other survivors to Congress to put some laws and protections for children to go to these schools, because kids end up dying and killing themselves because of what happened in that school, and that reprogramming and culture of hate and suffer that they inflict. She also was targeted by a pedophile early in her life, so she suffered a lot. And then when she dealt with all of that, with losing years on that trauma, and it's having scars over her life, she having to deal with life as it is, losing, like, imagine Britney. We know Britney lost 13 years. Imagine losing also 2 years on, but being so abused in a way that is so hard and so degrading that you lose almost your humanity, and then coming back to say, I have to live my life, and then everyone is flashing on you because you're a Hilton, you are Paris Hilton, you are the unspoiled brat, you are the degrading of the society, everything you do, you use a tiny skirt, you use this, you do that. So it's a very pressure life and very pressure understanding what she's been through. Also dealing with the ADHD. She wasn't understood in school, which makes sense because people were not educated at the time for dyslexia, ADHD. People who didn't perform well in school maybe was because they were dealing with problems with a learning disability. Imagine, living that life, and then all the paparazzis are over you. I'm very happy that I've read this. I will recommend. I think it's 8 hours or 6 hours, the audiobook. It's kind of a big book, but it's a story that it deserves to be listened. How she empowers and how she is changing and how she tells a story. It's part of her story, and we must learn from it, and we must learn from the mistakes we did in the past of judging people just because of what they show on the social media or on the magazines. Like she said, it was a character that she created, but it was not her true self. But now she's happy. She has a kid. She has a great husband. She's happy doing what she likes to do. So yeah, I think she's in a better place now, and I'm very happy I read this memoir. I think I like celebrity memoirs because it gives you a little insight of what are their lives and how the industry overall punish you, especially when you are a woman, especially when you are of different color. There's a lot of standards that are not applied to men, and especially white men. So I feel like it's very interesting to see what happened in those years, especially for someone who is a millennial like me. We saw all the publicity and all the billboards and magazines and things like that, so we knew what it was, but now we understand that person better, and probably we all feel a little bit like that sometimes. So I think the discussion she brings to the table is very unique and very personal. And yeah, I think it's a great memoir. It's a great opportunity to learn more about this person and to give a chance to someone you may not think, oh, she has it all. Does she? That's what people think about many people, and then it doesn't work that way. So yeah, I hope you give it a try. I really enjoyed it, and I have a couple more memoirs on my radar, celebrities memoirs. Viola Davis, Barbara Streisand, and released it now one. Rose McGowan, because I love Charmed, so I really want to dive in her story, and a lot more because I think I like that part of the non-fiction, which is the celebrities memoir, because Mariah Carey is also one I want, because they dive into what they are as a person and something you may not expect it. So yeah, it's a great surprise, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you all become little Hiltons, like she says, because she really deserves a little bit of recognition that it's a great memoir and it's a great story to listen. I was now remember when she said like little Hiltons because she was sent to jail because of a DUI when for like ICE security, just because she was famous, instead of like ankle bracelets at home. So yeah, you will see that throughout the book. A lot of funny stories, but also some hard stories. So prepare yourself, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope if you reach this far to leave a comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. It's super important for the channel to continue to grow and to have a little bit of a feedback from you. And yeah, I hope you guys like it, and I see you guys on the next video. Okay, bye.